I've done that shit with girlfriends.
He got tapes. He got tapes. This nigga's on audio saying he got tapes and pictures of you and that he can expose it at any time. I'm concerned. I'm gonna want to do something.
Listen. I know what people care about. That man, he cares about what y'all think. I don't care about what y'all think. Like, unfortunately, not trying to be funny. I appreciate my fans and people that are actually my fans and that love me. You understand?
Like a hoopty with jumper cables, it won't start. My Webster Ave niggas was eager to let the chrome spark. Doing juxes at the skate key, they from the old Bronx. Don't know what part of Brooklyn you from, but I'm from the cold part. Beef and broccoli Timberlands give you a steel toe stomp.
Let's not mince words. The internet is officially on fire, and Remy Ma and rising boxing badass Clarissa Shields are caught up in the commotion of this scandal, which makes Zeus Network seem like PBS Kids.
I want us to get married. Can't you see?
However, what began as rumors of infidelity escalated into a full-scale media brawl, with accusations flying faster than Clarissa's left hook. However, just when we thought the story had gotten out of hand, Papoose, playing emotional hot potato, allegedly sent a sultry video of him and Clarissa directly to Remy Ma's inbox, and Remy allegedly leaked it. Yay! We're gossiping about receipts today, but we're also breaking down what actually happened from the petty post to the custody chess game, and now the tape that's turning this whole thing upside down. It's getting messy, it's bitter, and Black Love has turned into a boxing match, and the only real winner might be the Shade Room. But it's not funny because there's a little girl involved, and these three are just starting with this dirty laundry. Boos, who had been waiting for her for 6 years while she was incarcerated, made his rebranding official last week. He announced on Instagram that he had filed for divorce back in May, quietly and legally, but make no mistake, he wanted the world to know.
Pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote. She had a certain individual who she was locked up with. It's a female. I ain't think nothing of it. So I caught her with this individual in our house while my daughter was on the bed with her.
In an Instagram story months ago, he said, "It's sad to say that Remy Ma's a narcissist. She chose to cheat on me." And in his post, he played the victim, accusing her of cheating on him even in front of his kid. After I eventually moved on, she's playing the victim. And I've asked for a divorce multiple times. She prefers to use social media to gain influence, but in his most recent Instagram post, he claimed to have composed the majority of Ray's songs.
So you want to downplay me as an artist? I wrote one of your biggest hits. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it.
Remy Ma, the same woman who once admitted, "I'm admitting I got a reason pulled." Up with Canon first posted text receipts purportedly between Kissa and Papoose. So the tone sounded strategic, like a man finally laying the groundwork for sympathy before the storm. I want to be honest this time, but Remy wasn't finished. She went live on Instagram for more than an hour and completely destroyed his image, revealing how long they've been playing around. The snapshot shows flirtatious texts and dates that didn't even match the divorce chronology.
Listen. I know what people care about. That man, he cares about what y'all think. I don't care about what y'all think. Like, unfortunately, not trying to be funny. I appreciate my fans and people that are actually my fans and that love me. You understand?
She accused Papoose of being insecure, claiming that he was envious of her success and that, in private, he played mastermind with and her feelings while deceiving the world into believing he was a saint.
Nothing, because I have my own. I will take somebody who has nothing that treats me right. That's how I got with him. That treats me right. I will take somebody who has nothing that treats me right.
Most outrageously, she didn't refute the adultery claims. Instead, she reframed them as signs of a deeper betrayal, emotional neglect, power imbalances, and years of feeling inferior while praising him.
Papoose, you have my lawyer's information. If you can't afford to retain a lawyer, since your lawyer that the number you gave us has not been retained yet, I told you I'll pay for it.
Or then, somewhere amid this emotional devastation, Clarissa Shields found her place.
The fuck? The fuck? I literally told him, Every time your current come up says my name or does something that I feel is trying to attack me in any type of way, I'ma drag you. And I haven't even been dragging them.
Now, when people started calling Clarissa a homewrecker, she went live and revealed that they had been together since mid-August and that she didn't end the marriage because it was already over. Then, she revealed this little gem. You guys are mad at me for loving a man who said he wasn't loved at home. Clarissa, a two-time Olympic gold medalist and unbeaten boxing champion, is not some unknown side piece either. She has a reputation and a temper when tested.
I mean, it's the elephant in the room. I don't have to say it.
I don't know.
In his personal life.
Oh,
yeah, it's the elephant in the room. Like,
yeah.
but that takes time. And like I said, that's not my place to speak on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll get handled.
Social media went crazy. Papoose remained silent until he didn't, because a few days later he released a second wave of a freestyle laced with heartbreaking betrayal, mixed with lines obviously directed at Remy. Remy and Team Clarissa hashtags were trending, and some people claimed that Clarissa was young, loved, and coerced.
Like a hoopty with jumping cables, it won't start. My Webster Ave niggas was eager to let the chrome spark. Doing juxes at the skate key, they from the old Bronx. Don't know what part of Brooklyn you from, but I'm from the cold part. Beef and broccoli Timberlands give you a steel toe stomp.
Not that he was attempting to wrap a testimony, but no one was discussing the bars at all, and now they are discussing yet another incendiary rumor.
I kind of was concerned thinking that he's blackmailing her because she's acting different. And he played some audio of him saying that he has videos and tapes and it will come out whenever he wants it to come out. So Pat was like, I called some people behind the scenes, like, yo, check on Rem.
The internet went crazy, and some started to speculate that Papoose had sent Remy those lewd tapes weeks ago, not just as a passive confession, but as a purposeful psychological attack along the lines of, look what you pushed me to do, look what I have now. What happened next made that seem like child's play, because Remy supposedly released it, which is known as his bluff. If this is true, it's extremely disgusting and nasty. The film, which was made by someone close to her, entered the ecosystem, like a short graphic ghost, and vanished in a matter of seconds. It wasn't on YouTube or TMZ, yet it was sufficient to degrade Clarissa, destroy bridges, and inform us that war had broken out. As a side chick who ended a marriage, Clarissa Shields headed right into the storm with her chin up. She tweeted, "We've been living our best life since mid-August last year, and I genuinely cherished our private connection, for Clarissa's tone was unquestionably confident and not defensive, and that's when her true power emerged. She refuses to be a villain and instead stands tall in the middle of this mess, and she didn't stop there. This is why all these people are judging the situation and don't know anything about Papa separating way before I came along." When Clarissa made her first public appearance following the controversy at the BET Awards, she literally shone.
You're glowing, like you're glowing, and we know you've been very public with your new love in your life. He's right there. Hi, Papoose.
Papoose, what it do?
How does it feel having your relationship on display now in front of everybody?
Well, I've always been public in my relationships. I was taking a different route with Papoose because he is a celebrity, and I personally told myself I would never date celebrities.
She made it obvious to Remy's squad that they weren't ashamed of their love for one another, telling them that this is real life, complete with its ups and downs and media circus.
He ain't never gonna show y'all his shit.
Okay.
He ain't show y'all mine, but it's one time he almost hit me and I said, man. but he punched really, really fast and hard. And I'm just happy that he loves the sport like I love boxing. So I don't think I can beat Pap up in a fight, but I also tell him, don't play with me.
The dispute between Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma has been going on for months, but in just a few minutes, Clarissa changed the course of events. She didn't crawl out because she was just another woman. Instead, she strode out as an inevitable next chapter in Papoose's life. This is because last winter, Remy Ma shared a screenshot of Papoose's phone with this caption: "Papoose stupidly fell asleep on the phone when Clarissa Shields was lying in my house. He won't go, even if he is a world champion boxer. And he got frightened when she heard my voice. I'm saying to everyone now, oh baby girl, you're not alone." In one of her interviews, Clarissa writes to Pap, "You take accountability. You are the one who is married. If you can't at least sleep on the phone with me or be with me in person, It shouldn't be a big deal to let me know you made it home safely or to communicate that you fell in love. Remy allegedly took these screenshots of Pap's phone while he was dead in a Sprinter, dozing off. I'm tired, and he would never feud because you're ugly. But don't worry, I saw everything now, and the world is going to see it because you're such a tough boo. Where Ma then went on to accuse Clarissa of running a smear campaign against her. I know you hate the internet games, but you need to do something today about this girl. My PR team is going to freak out when they see this. You guessed this girl is Remy then. Telling Pebbles, Clarissa, I asked for gifts, and I said, I'd like flowers. I'm tripping. I want time set aside for me. I'm tripping. I don't know how to feel. I'm just lying here feeling stupid. It seemed like that boost was not finished, as Remy Ma continued lecturing Clarissa. And if you thought this was difficult, here's her Instagram story. If you recently turned 30, and it said that you met a 47-year-old man 8 months ago, whom I've known since you were 10, and he has had 4 biological children, a 6-year-old baby, and promised you a newborn, so please don't talk. Then, as we all know, Remy and Pap got into a heated argument. Then, the BET Awards came, and Clarissa looked like she owned the red carpet, with her curvy, glowing skin and glowing papas holding her hand. She was the first lady of this new administration, but Remy skipped the event, and her absence was noticeable as she posted about celebrating her birthday in Mexico, looking orange and living her best life without any drama. If you guys think that's the case, Quiver replied, yeah, that's my daughter too, after Clarissa shared a picture of herself and Pap at the BET Awards on X on June 9th. You know he has to be your age, she said. The fake biggest couple of the year, DDG and High, will not last, another user remarked. I would give it a maximum of 1.5 years, and that's pushing it. She responded to that one as well, saying, we've been together a year already, dummy, but how many more hate mail letters does she have the energy to respond to? And worse, beneath her response, someone else brought up the drama's main point. Why are you praying for other people's demise? It seems as though people are losing sight of the fact that the story is about actual people and a 6-year-old girl who is caught in the midst of an impending trauma. Speaking of that child, let's talk about nostalgia. In this story, Mackie is the true VIP. It seemed as though a storm had stopped for a single day to allow this young child to shine while the adults were out there hurling virtual fists. She was graduating kindergarten with elegant curls and a smile so large it could heal the internet, you know. Remy Ma commented, my twin reminisces, and initially shared a slew of adorable pictures of herself looking like a Grammy winner while wearing white. Today, McKenzie graduated from kindergarten. She is everything, so when we were shooting pictures, she would say no. She truly chooses hairstyles, outfits, and accessories, so I want my face to be in the sun again, mama. Unbelievably, Papoose also showed his tenderest side by posting a combination of brand new images and old infant photos, bringing back memories of the most endearing and remarkable child in the world. He concluded the post with, "The greatest fatherhood is hood." For a split second, we thought we were watching the ride or die duo from Love and Hip Hop rather than the digital divorce court celebrities that they were accompanied by. Papoose publicly accused Remy of spending Christmas with battle rapper Easy the Block Captain, while he stayed at home playing Santa solo just weeks ago. This was a brief moment of maturity, but let's not get it twisted. They knew how to show up for their daughter, even if they couldn't stand each other any longer.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, and if you want to keep it a bean, if you want to tell the real story, I was on the whole opposite side from you, and I was just like, yo, I don't want to meet them.
I've been waiting like, yo, get the F out of the crib, and I'm glad to be moving on, he remarked. During that time, Clisso was threatening Remy with a real boxing match.
Just want to know.
At this point, the girl leaked my number.
What? Your actual telephone number?
So at this point, you can give me $1 and I'm going to pay you.
However, that was the degree of tension we were discussing at the moment. Clarissa is saying that fighting over a guy is beneath her, and she only said that because quote-unquote drama sells. However, she went back on her statement in an interview teaser. Don't leak my number, and I won't hunt you down. So, yes, according to Clarissa, she is out here leaking her personal information, and speaking of leaked things, it gets wilder. let's go back to the time when this whole digital war zone really went nuclear. The tape hasn't been seen in its entirety, and it wasn't trending on YouTube or TMZ, but don't be fooled, the whispers are loud, and if there's one man who knows how to stir the pot, it's Joe Budden.
I kind of was concerned thinking that he's blackmailing her because she's acting different. And he played some audio of him saying that he has videos and tapes and it will come out whenever he wants it to come out. So I'm concerned.
I've done that shit with girlfriends.
He got tapes. He got tapes. This nigga's on audio saying he got tapes and pictures of you and that he can expose it at any time. I'm concerned. I'm gonna want to do something.
His now viral observations, Joe stated bluntly that everyone was already thinking in private, and he sent me a video of him and Clarissa performing the Grown Enemies Cha-Cha. It wasn't my fault, but rather a psychological warfare tactic. After all those speeches in prison where I held you down, and after all those public declarations of allegiance, this man allegedly pressed send on naughty tapes to a woman he once referred to as his queen. This is where it gets really spicy, because she leaked use Clarissa's phone number spitefully and don't even act like it wasn't intentional. Remy may have flipped the script. She allegedly leaked the video back into the shadows of the internet just enough to completely destroy Clarissa's reputation. It wasn't just a blog post, it also came with a press release. It slid into the ecosystem like a brief graphic ghost and was untraceable. Now, Clarissa is on full-time defense. She's in interviews and on Twitter, shutting down trolls clean by restoring her reputation, dodging disrespect as if it was a right hug. But let's be honest for a moment. The rumored video hasn't been verified, but if there's a pattern, it's not just a random theory either. If the accusations of cheating came first, followed by the DMs of Clint Clarissa's number, is it really that absurd to assume that a tape wasn't next? Whether it was retaliation, rage, or some other twisted flex of power, it worked. The narrative flipped, and nothing stays buried in this drama. So Clarissa went from being a side chick to looking at what your man is doing now. And Remy, well, it seems like she got the last laugh, or at least the last blow so far. But let's talk about why this story touched so many people. It wasn't just about cheating because of leaked tapes. It was about black love, the kind that people grew up supporting and idealized.
She just popped up with this negligee on. I was like, this is gonna happen on a night that I'm extremely tired. But out of nowhere, I just got this boost of energy, you know? And she telling me that.
Remy and Papoose were a poster couple. He waited 6 years while she was incarcerated, she returned home, and they built an empire and raised their daughter. People referred to them as iconic, but what happens when a fairy tale breaks? For many Black people, love is survival. It's built through trauma, loyalty, and public perception. So when it does, it feels like a betrayal of culture, not just of each other. For this reason, people aren't just angry at Remy for allegedly cheating. They're angry that she ruined the image, and they're not at Pap for simply moving on. Blaming him for his messy, petty, and public actions, Clarissa became a symbol overnight, not only for the other woman, but also for the girl who entered the sacred space without flinching. When the myth dies, no one wins, but perhaps it's time to stop expecting Black couples to represent our shared aspirations. Maybe it's acceptable for love to be messy and genuine at the moment, but where do we go from here? Your vacation photos, in which she appears to be bikini-clad and bronzed, give the impression that she is unconcerned. Even if we all know better, there is no neat bow on this story, no red tabletop reconciliation, but one thing is for sure, everyone is watching their next move. From prison proposals to BET, Papoose is doing quiet daddy duty and rapping heartbreak. Bars into iPhones. He hasn't confirmed or denied this tape, and silence may be his best move right now. Clarissa, on the other hand, is booking gigs, still undefeated, and clapping back in real time. She went from world champion to cultural lightning rod, and she is holding that belt tight on every level. Accusations of naughty tape warfare on the red carpet. This story has it all, and I'm going to give it to you now. Was Clarissa truly the bad guy here, or was she just caught in a toxic crossfire? Did Papoose play the long game to win sympathy, or was he just a hurt man making bad decisions? Should Remy have kept the phone receipts to herself, or was public retaliation the only way she felt heard? Please let me know in the comments section, and don't hesitate to hit the like and subscribe buttons for more unvarnished and authentic drama breakdowns.